Welcome back, students. After having understood all the physiographic divisions, we are moving towards our last, the coastal plains and the islands. So what is a coastal plain? What are islands? Any water body that is surrounded with water, there comes the word coast, there comes the word island. So here the coast is the outer area, that is land, which is quite a part of a water body, and island is that landmass that is in all directions covered with water. So this is the basic difference. Okay, now talking about India, we all know that the Gujarat border, the half one, to extent of the entire south till east, we have this landmass a part of water body. So here meets the water body and the land body, and therefore we call them as coast. Direction wise, Indian coastal plain are divided into the western coastal plain and the eastern coastal plain. The coastal plain lying in the west direction is western coastal plain. So where from? Surat to Kanyakumari. This entire part, the shore area, we call as western coastal plain, and the area from Subarnarekha in east to Kanyakumari again in south is eastern coastal plain. You can understand this that Kanyakumari falls to be a common one. You just need to remember Surat and Subarnarekha. So that is the eastern coastal plain and western coastal plain limit, the stretch. Where to where? I mean where from to where to. Now, besides these coastal plains, we have two water bodies in each direction, one each. What we call them as islands. So islands are those landmass that are totally from all the directions covered by water. So it is surrounded by water and it is a raised landform in the ocean or maybe in any water body. Here we have Lakshadweep Islands and they fall under Arabian Sea. So it's Arabian Sea water that is surrounded in this Lakshadweep Island. And in this bay, this Andaman and Nicobar Island, they are belonging to the water body called Bay of Bengal. Students, a small tip for you. When I happened to be a student, I used to get confused with the names. I sometimes used to locate Andaman here and Lakshadweep here. So I developed this trick to remember for myself, which I would like to share with you. That because it is Bay of Bengal here, because it is Bengal, so Bengal's water body is Bay of Bengal, and in your alphabet A and B are together. So Andaman and Bay of Bengal, A, B, they are together. Now when you know that Andaman and Bay of Bengal are here, so naturally Lakshadweep will be here. So you can easily remember, you might get to locate them. You might get to elaborate the answer in form of short note that which water body surrounds the water of this particular island. It will be really helpful to produce accurate answer. So this is the geographical explanation of what is eastern coastal plain, what is western coastal plain, what places are the extent to it, where is this Lakshadweep, I mean which water body is surrounding this Andaman and Nicobar Island, how they look like. You can see they are series of islands and they are some small separated ones. They are made up of coral reefs. So these islands, the water is gradually coming towards them and that's why they are shrinking in their size and they are currently like this. Now what is the importance of having so much of water body and land body together? What benefits these plains have and what benefits these islands we have in? So obviously these are the best tourist destinations destinations you will have a very beautiful climate, so there will be lot of tourism. But along with that, there are some other benefits too. The port. Now we know that there are so many ports located here. In Gujarat we have Mundra port, in Mumbai we have JNPT, in South we have so many ports. So yes, the ships, they will travel and come here. We can load and unload our goods. It fetches huge revenue to our government. Ports, and not only they are here, we do have transshipment ports also. They are located here. Now what are transshipment? Say suppose the water here is so shallow and it cannot bear the weight of any vessel that is maybe 1,000 ton. Then here 5 small ships they come here, and here because the water level would be quite high, the vessel can float, and that vessel goods would be unloaded and it will be divided in small portion in smaller ship, and thereby it goes here. So for transshipment this is ideal one. So port cities are developed, ports are developed, it really helps so many people making money. Second biggest advantage, wherever there is water, there is livelihood of millions of fishermen involved. Fishing, the best activity, where you get raw material for making medicines, where you can export food, where you can process it. Lot many things can be done out of fishing other than food. And mineral oil. We know that in India there is a place here called Mumbai High, and Mumbai High gives maximum mineral oil. Second comes Ankleshwar in Gujarat. So they are very mineral rich and very money giving again. So these natural things, these physiographical divisions are not only to study from geology viewpoint, but then for economic viewpoint also. Our country's economy is quite dependent on this structure. And not only nowadays, remember back in 1700s when the foreigners came in search of India to us and traded with us, or even when we went before that in other countries to sell our products, it wouldn't have been possible because there are no land routes and there were no air routes before. So these water routes are extremely essential. A place where water and land gets connected is a beauty of nature, it is a miracle of geology, and most importantly it is very important for the economy. So I hope you are now clear with what the coastal plains are and what these islands are, how much important they are, where they are located, what is their extent. I hope you understand everything. See you in the next class, children. Bye bye.